You know, ladies and gentlemen, one of the questions that I'm most often asked whenever I'm performing with playing cards is, you know, Andy, if you were only ever allowed to perform one single card trick, which one would it be? Now, for somebody like me who loves card magic, that is an extremely difficult question to answer. But if I was actually put on the spot and I was only ever allowed to perform one trick, then I think the trick that I would perform would have to be a trick that mimicked every other single card trick that's ever been created. In fact, it would have to be a card trick that does everything. Now, fortunately, ladies and gentlemen, I do know such a trick. And seeing as I've piqued your magical interest, would you like to see it? That's great. Okay, now for this demonstration of great skill and manual dexterity, I'm going to have not one, but two cards selected to make it twice as difficult. Now, sir, would you help me with this? Would you be spectator number one? Alrighty, that's great. I'm just going to go through the deck like this, and I simply want you to say stop whenever you like. Whenever it feels right, just call stop. Here, are you sure? Okay, we'll dump that card out. I will now avert my gaze whilst you look at and commit to memory your chosen pasteboard. Please do not forget your card, otherwise the trick will not work. Okay, have you got it? Brilliant. Okay, we will now lose it back into the deck like so. So that's the first one. Now, I did say that we would need two cards selected, so madam, would you be spectator number two for me? Would you do that honour? Well, that's fantastic. Okay, now for the second selection, I could actually just run through these again and have you pull out another card, but frankly we've already done that, and I have to say people think that I cheat when I do that, so let's try a different method. I'll tell you what, give me any number you like between, say, 10 and 20, any number at all. 14, are you sure? Okay, 14's fine. Watch very carefully. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14 cards. Now, if we take the digits of 14, 4 and 1, and we add them together, what do we get? That's right, we get 5. So watch. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I will now avert my gaze whilst you look at and commit to memory your chosen card, selected by using your magical number 14. Have you got it? Brilliant. Okay, we shall now bury your card like so, and then to make things even harder, we'll take the deck and give it a good shuffle. Alrighty, it's now my job, ladies and gentlemen, to try and find both of those cards whilst at the same time performing every single card trick that's ever been created. Does that sound like a huge magical challenge? Good, well, I'm up for it. Okay, now sir, please don't forget your card. I'm going to be getting back to it shortly, but madam, I'm going to start off with your card, okay? And I'm going to do a trick without even using the deck to start with. I'm going to read your mind, okay? So to begin with, concentrate on the colour of the card that you selected, okay? The colour of the card, okay? I'm getting dark. Did you pick a black card? That's very good. Okay, concentrate on the suit now. I'm getting the one with bumps. Did you pick a club? Alright, let's go for the value now. Let's zone in on the value. Concentrate on the value. I'm getting low. Not the 5 or the 4 or even the 3. Madam, did you pick the 2 of clubs? Oh, there you go. You see, a mind-reading trick without even manipulating the deck. But this is the card trick that does everything, and I like to go further than that. So I'll tell you what, seeing as we now know that you chose the 2 of clubs, let's try a spelling trick. Let's see if we can spell to a place in the deck and actually find your card. So it was the 2 of clubs, right? Okay, so let's try this. Look, T, W, and O. That's 2. Now let's try clubs. C, L, U, B, and S. Now, ladies and gentlemen, would it be a miracle if on the top of the deck we now found the selected 2 of clubs? It's a miracle, ladies and gentlemen. There it is, the deuce of clubs. All right, the deuce of clubs. But we like to go even further than that because this is the card trick that does everything. So I like coincidences. Now, seeing as you actually picked the deuce of clubs, how would it be if over here we also had to go with that 2 of clubs? If we had the 2 of hearts, the 2 of spades, and the 2 of diamonds, that would be a coincidence, wouldn't it? But if you're going to do a selection of card tricks, then you have to do a gambling trick as well, you know, exposing gamblers. So seeing as you picked the deuce of clubs, how about if we had over here the 10 of clubs, the jack of clubs, the queen of clubs, the king of clubs, and the ace of clubs? You see, that would satisfy all the gambling enthusiasts, wouldn't it? Because that's a royal straight flushing clubs, and that beats 4 2s any day of the week. But you know, this is the card trick that does everything, and I want to go even further than that. You see, I'm an old-time kind of magician, so how about if I now actually snap my fingers over your selected deuce of clubs, and it turns into your 5 of diamonds? How would that be? But now you see, now that we've done this, we can do something called a transposition. If I snap my fingers over the deck again and I spread the cards out, you'll see that face up in the centre is your selected deuce of clubs, you know. Now, I'm a big fan, I have to say, of the colour changing back plot where all the cards actually change colour. Now that may be even a card trick too far even for me, but how about if I snap my fingers over your selected deuce of clubs and it turns red? How would that be? Now, we really can't go much further than this, ladies and gentlemen, but seeing as you pick the deuce of clubs and we've had out the entire deuce suit over here, how about if now on top of the deck we had the three of clubs? But not only that, how about if we also had the 4, the 5, the 6, the 7, the 8 and the 9. That's the entire club suit, ladies and gentlemen, and that really must be, in my opinion at any rate, the card trick that does everything. What do you think? Oh, except that no card trick that does everything would be complete without an appearance of the 4 aces, don't you think? So how about this? Well, there's 2 to go with the ace of clubs, and there's the ace of spades as well. So now we really do have a card trick that does everything. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, but hang on a minute. No card trick that does everything is complete without a killer kicker ending. So how about this? How about if actually underneath all of the cards underneath the ace of hearts, we actually have the entire balance of the heart suit in order? How about if underneath the ace of diamonds we have, let's do a little topple here, we have the entire balance of the diamond suit in order, and that only leaves, well, one last suit, and I think you know where we're going with this, ladies and gentlemen. Look, there it is, the entire spade suit in order. And I have to say, ladies and gentlemen, that with any card trick that does everything, you can't really go much further than that. Thank you very much indeed.